Hey man, say man, it's your boy Big Dreams. Welcome back to the channel. Before we carry on any further with this video, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, most importantly, make sure y'all subscribe and hit that post notification bell. Set it to all, man. We is back with another banging video, back with another reaction video, man. And today we are reacting to why Drake just said he is giving up on rap, man. We finna dig in here and see what's going on. I'm not gonna make the opening of this video too long. All I ask is that y'all smash that like button so this video can rank higher with the algorithm. Go crazy in the comments. Let me know what you want me to react to. And if you watching me and you not subscribed, man, subscribe. That's all I ask. We finna go on here and dig into this video though, man.
Now, with another week going by where Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us has only broke more records as it's reclaimed its spot as the #1 song in the world on the Billboard Hot 100, and also became the fastest rap song to ever surpass 500 million streams on Spotify. Drake has continued to stay on the hot seat as the anthem of the summer continues to dominate the world, and beyond is the ever-looming presence of Kendrick Lamar and his dominance in this moment in time. On Drake's direct end of things, he is continuing to spiral out further and further, and while with the recent release of songs, features, and public appearances alike that have all left most people with the same impression, which is that Drake seriously needs to take 10 steps back and completely rethink the direction he is disastrously steering his career into. And despite this failure, making things as once valuable as the Drake stimulus package no longer being of any value, as the once most coveted thing in the entire music industry in the Drake feature can't even get decently popular and established names in the music industry anywhere on the charts. Although all signs...
I'm not even gonna cap to you. If I was Kendrick, I'll make sure Not Like Us stay as relevant as possible for as long as possible. You know, Not Like Us is an example of that song that you make when you at the bottom. That's a real big hit and it gets you out the hood. That's what that Not Like Us is, bro. Not Like Us to put Kendrick more into the game. And if I was him, I would make sure that song stays as relevant as possible for as long as possible. I would hire somebody right now to make up a dance and put it on TikTok and get everybody on the trend. Like, I would make sure that song there stay as relevant as possible for as long as possible, bro. If I was Kendrick, I would make sure Not Like Us continue to stay #1, bro. Like, I would literally, if I was Kendrick, I would egg the hell out of that song. I'll get somebody to make up a dance and teach me to dance, and we'll start doing the dance together and get everybody on doing a trend. I promise you, bro. Not Like Us, if it was me, Not Like Us would not go away no time soon.
Whatsoever. From what we have seen, it only looks like Drake is going to be leaning into these strategies even further, as he is trying to find more obnoxious ways to shift the narrative around him, which when we look at just how he is trying to shift the tides of his career, it'll make you wonder where he is trying to make any of this go. And when we really start to see what this latest part of his plan that is currently unfolding is, it'll make you question not just what Drake is going to be trying to lift up from his sleeve next, but how consequential the effects could be if what he is teasing does not deliver to these expectations that he himself is trying to build up so high and high. So when it comes to these expectations that Drake seems to be setting, they took the cultural conversation over the other night, went on what seems to be his favorite way of communicating in this post-beef era of his career, which is of course Instagram. Drake made a cryptic post that said in the caption, "The pressure from being on top does more than just make your ears pop," which is once again showing Drake with this sense of achievement that nobody else besides him and his circle seem to recognize, as he is acting like he is this untouched artist, when we all just know from what we have seen very recently that he is not, and he's actually way closer to being the laughing stock of the music industry right now than he is to being on top. But beyond just this, what makes this post even worth talking about beyond...
See, look, the thing about Drake, bro, at this point in time, the best thing for Drake to do is, for one thing, don't try to come back at Kendrick no more, sir. Don't try to come back at Kendrick no more. You see where that got you. Don't try to come back at him no more. Try to focus on the comeback, bro. Focus on some comeback music. Not necessarily targeting Kendrick with your comeback music, because it's just going to continue to get worse if you do. But focus on some comeback music, bro. Do some stuff that's like Drake. Put out a Drake-like album. Put out something hard. Like, focus on some comeback music, bro. Society has lost all respect, and it's obvious that society has lost all respect for Drake because of the way they just blatantly disrespect his name. Now, don't get me wrong, you still got a few hard ride or die Drake fans, and bro, it's nothing wrong with that. But I'm willing to bet you right now, if Drake was just to drop a random song, everybody that watches that video and go in the comments and leave a comment, bro, it's gonna be something from that "Not Like Us" line, bro. It's gonna be something from the lyrics, bro. I'm trying to tell you, them folks don't respect that man no more, man. Don't nobody respect that man. He's the laughing stock now. He's the mockery. And if I was Drake, I would focus on a hard comeback, not necessarily trying to start no more beef or continue to beef, or trying to keep this whole thing going. But focus on some sort of comeback. Like, drop some Drake music that lets us know, like, yeah, bro, that's the Drake I know right there. Like, not saying none of his diss tracks was bad though. It's just I think he need to get back on that Drake like stuff.
The actual picture Drake posted, which features him repping a shirt that says "Rap is a joke." And now initially, the reaction to this on social media was that Drake is now turning his back on hip-hop as a whole, and because of the beef, he is going to be a sore loser and act like rap does not matter to him anymore. Which, while I definitely think it was part of Drake's intentions to throw people off with this shirt and make them think this, to once again stir up this frantic sort of buzz about how he's moving after this beef, and of course to just put his name back into the conversation, this shirt actually has a much deeper meaning, and I think it's hinting at the fact that despite what seems like Drake's career getting so messy to the point that he will never recover, he is on some level aware of this, and is trying to do something to change it. But the question really is doing something like this even close enough to help yourself? And with this shirt, what it is a piece of merchandise from L Money and Frank Stack's group, which is called Rap is a Joke. And with these two names, what is interesting about them is that these two are battle rappers who border on being parodies of the genre in of itself with how comedic their lyrics are, and with how they mock the general music.
See, look, this the thing. This is the opinion that I formulated between Drake and Kendrick throughout this whole entire beef. The beef was good for the culture. The culture needed that. The back and forth, the constant song dropping, that was good for the culture. You know, Drake has never ever came off to me as a battle rapper or anything of that nature. Kendrick doesn't come off to me like that as well, but Kendrick is such a great lyricist. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ever listen to a rap song and you listen to battle rap, that's two totally different things, bro. You dog on there listen to a battle rapper and he's just talking to you but roasting you in the same setting. Like, battle rapping don't necessarily translate into being like a song or whatever. Like, y'all get what I'm trying to say, or you may not get what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to make it as clear as possible, bro. But the Drake has always appealed more to me as the singer, more emotional artist that he is. Like, when he's saying stuff in songs like "I Better Find Your Love," and like, that's the doggone Drake right there that I know that got him to the top. You know what I'm saying? Being that Drake. Not saying that he can't rap, bro, but that singing Drake is top tier Drake in my opinion. Kendrick is, my opinion, was an underdog, and this right here just shows that, like, he's not to be messed with. Like, he's a true rapper, but if it comes to a point where Kendrick has to get down and get dirty, he has the ability to do so. And that's just what this beef showed. The culture needed it, but it showed the lyrical, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the term? It shows the lyrical genius within Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Drake has some good hits too, if you ask me, in that whole thing. But this right here really put Kendrick in the spot where if you didn't look up to him, now you look up to him, for real.
Aren't just any battle rappers, but they're also from California as well. And with Drake leaning into this often overlooked scene of the hip-hop world in general, It seems like in his typical petty way, he is trying to once again begin to escalate tensions with Kendrick on some level. And in the greater sense, the entire West Coast who is backing him, by aligning with artists that do not get the attention that so much of the rest of the rap world does. But even if this is a smart move in a vacuum, and if Drake was going to try to rip the rug under and take over California's battle rap scene, as a tactical move, it actually could be pretty clever. At the end of the day, is debuting this move by wearing a shirt on Instagram the right
Drake don't even come off to me as no battle rapper, bro.
Internet drama, it could be, but as a major rapper in a space where...
And like I said, Kendrick don't come off to me as a battle rapper either, but Kendrick is just so lyrically well put together that he can tear you apart in any song that he records in the studio. You know what I'm saying? That's just Kendrick.
Of note should be settled with a pen and
no
with your
glazing.
skills as an
No
artist.
glazing.
This is just another move from Drake that, as it stands in the moment, makes it look like his social media posts are better thought out and curated than any of the actual diss tracks and music as a whole that he has released recently. As with there being more layers to dissect here than on a track like The Hard Part 6, for example, it's just a horrible look. There is no other way around it. And now beyond just this post, which if anything is indicating that Drake is the most calculated IG post maker in hip-hop, I guess, another thing Drake has seemed to do is once again use one of his biggest cheerleaders in DJ Academics as a puppet. As After Act finally came out and criticized Drake, as he shockingly proclaimed that the Drake feature is no longer a valuable thing in the music industry. He came right back out not too long after, and was already beginning another trail of hyping up new music from Drake and saying that what he is about to come...
Oh, let me read this. All you N-words who been acting like Drake finished, bookmark this tweet for 6 months from now. We don't want you niggas nowhere near us. Remember that. And yes, enjoy all of that on the No West. Oh, is that so? What new music Drake coming out with? Boy,
will be ground
hurry up and drop it. I need to hear this.
Timing of this, and what we know in terms of Drake being in constant communication with Act.
What doggone music Drake coming out with? I need to hear this. Boy, listen, Drake, if you finna get ready to drop something, sir, this better be that comeback I've been talking about these past few videos. This better be that comeback. And it better be some Drake-like music. Please don't, listen now. I don't want to hear no beef and I don't want to hear none of that battle jump no more. Listen, if you about to drop, let me hear some real Drake stuff. Let me hear some real Drake stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to hear. Boy, if you finna drop something, it better be fire. It better be fire.
It really feels like Act was told by Drake to start saying positive things about his music again so he can push the agenda that no matter what is happening, we should all be on board for what Drake is about to do next, as it is going to be special. And I think in this moment, with this being the...
He don't need to rush and put it out. No, he need to put some thought into it.
Agenda pushing of the easily deceivable major players in hip-hop media. Drake is trying to take all of this and allude to this major moment that he is going to try to be coming soon with. But the problem is right now, it's not that Drake couldn't necessarily produce a piece of music that can change everything and elevate his career into a place where he is once again invited back into any sort of serious conversations on some level. But it's the constant gaslighting and manipulation that has led most people into rightfully thinking that despite him trying to get the hip-hop world moving for his next big moment, he will just not actually deliver something that will be able to even come close to the bar of quality that he needs to reach, with the stakes being this high, because this has been the game all along for Drake. I mean, during this entire beef, Drake used social media and the attempted control of hip-hop media to do the work that his music could not on its own, and try to hype everything he was doing up as these moments that are so much bigger than any sort of expectations could ever live up to. And we especially saw this with a track like Family Matters, as everyone was waiting for Drake to deliver the red button that he kept teasing, and aside from the song not being anywhere near as career-ending as he hyped it up to be, otherwise the beef would have been over right then and there. It was, of course,
see, look, this is the thing right here that I will say. Drake, there were a few moments in this entire beef where it gets so to the point where Kendrick would drop something, right? And Kendrick said that. Like, he really, really said that. Now where Drake at? But when Drake will drop something, it's not that it's not as expected. It's like Drake. Like, that wasn't bad, but like, really, Drake? Like, if Drake had to really put some thought into what he was putting into these songs, bro, he'll probably be the one with the #1 hit and not Kendrick. But once again, Kendrick is so lyrically he's so well put together lyrically, bro. The man is a genius. And Drake was stepping onto a playing field, not necessarily saying that he doesn't have home field or home court advantage, but you playing ball with somebody who done been down that path before and who's comfortable. And I'm talking about can take nothing and make it into something in a heartbeat. That's the only thing that I'll say right there. It's like a lot of the times when like Drake will drop stuff, it's not necessarily bad or horrible or it's not garbage. I ain't gonna say it's garbage. It's not necessarily bad. But just like Kendrick came out with the Not Like Us, and that was the one hitter quitter right there, Drake could have had that moment if and only if he had to put it together the right way. You know what I'm saying? But Kendrick, bro, that man vicious. That man is vicious. And this was a moment for him to show that. You know what I'm saying? This was that moment for Kendrick to show that. You know, you dropped all the songs, bro, and it got to Not Like Us, tore Drake into pieces. You ain't heard nothing else since. You ain't heard nothing else since. You done probably seen Drake post a few pictures. That's about it. Showed his face at my Caribbean party. That's about it. And still to this day, Not Like Us have been out, not for too long, but it's been out for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? Still trending, still #1, still going ballistics. If Drake finna drop some music, the way that little act tweet just said, it better be something good. Because right now, bro, I don't even think a lot of Drake peers respect him like that no more. Because everybody's on Kendrick's side dancing. Russell Westbrook up on stage, DeMar DeRozan, bro. All these folks sitting here Not Like Us, they dancing and doing all this, bro. Like, I don't even think his peers got respect for him the way they should no more.
By on a track and Meet the Grams that had no marketing or expectations and relied on the pure art of surprise and then the actual merit of its musical quality to back up the buzz it generated. And as a result of this organic way to promote the music, it ended up changing the tides of this feud in a way that Drake was never going to come back from, and that's the difference when it comes to where these two artists are at. Drake is using these cheap ploys and gimmicky tactics as a way to supplement for the lack of genuine quality in his music, and when these songs keep releasing, now they're all flopping because they are not just bad songs, but they are tracks that come with this perception now of having to be something greater than they ever could even aspire to be. And as people have realized this and opened their eyes up to this because of the beef, it has now really damaged the Drake brand, and while he may be thinking that he is accomplishing something by still making these posts that we almost have to decipher, when we spend more time reading into Instagram posts than we are reading into the actual music itself. At this point, unless Drake comes with some of his best material ever, it will simply never.
That's what he gonna have to do.
See more failure. And
that's the only way he's going to make a comeback. Drake has to make some stuff that'll make a nigga be like, boy, Drake, you done did it. Drake, you done did. Drake, you gonna have to come back with something, my boy. You gonna have to come back with something. If you want the world on your side again, Drizzy Drake, Mr. Sir, you are gonna have to reach deep in the bag. You gonna have to get creative like Kyrie Irving hitting them layups. You gonna have to, I'm talking about, boy, you gonna have to dig deep. How bad do you want it? That was a dryer. Don't worry about that. How bad do you want it? Drake, let me tell you something, boy. Listen, you can make a comeback now. But I'm talking about you gonna have to put it together. This gonna have to be a greatly wrapped Christmas present for the world to rip open this. Hallelujah! Like I'm so serious right now, bro. Your comeback gonna have to be A1.
This summer, it may just really be the end of this guy. I'm gonna hold out some optimism and say that maybe
I ain't gonna lose hope. I ain't gonna lose hope on you yet. I ain't gonna lose hope. Everybody else done lost hope. I ain't gonna lose hope. I'm telling you, Drake, your comeback gotta be A1. A+1, not just A1. It can't be an A-. It's gotta be an A+. You gotta get a 100 on the test. I don't need no 99, no 98, no 90, a 100, a A+. That's what you gonna have to come back with something. You gonna have to, Drake.
Has happened recently. It is that
I ain't gonna lose hope on you now.
None other than Lil Wayne finally revealed whose side he is truly on in this.
You gonna have to come back.
Performance of the month. He was chanting, "They don't like us, they don't like us," while flaunting his OVO chain.
Don't nobody got no respect for Drake right now, boo. If he come back, bro, and his comeback is A1, yeah. But it's gotta be something that's worth people tuning into. So
fighting with Team Drake, which really should have never been a surprise considering how close these two have been since the start of Drake's career, despite what Kendrick said about their relationship on Not Like Us. But now that we know that Drake still does have one of the best rappers on the planet in his corner, who knows? Maybe if Drake locked in with Wayne, it could lead him onto some sort of road to redemption, but at the same time, as Drake seems to be teasing more upcoming music, that sounds a lot more like honest.
Listen. Now since he done said that, if Wayne and Drake was to work hard on something, because Wayne is a great lyricist too. Wayne been a great lyricist for the longest since he started rapping. Lil Wayne been that dog. Lil Wayne been a dog since he was rapping way back as a little boy. If Drake was to team up with somebody, Drake, I'm gonna put it to you like this, sir. If you and Wayne ain't on good terms, you better figure out a way. You better figure out a way, boy.
I don't think
you better figure out a way today.
So with all that said, let me know. What do you think about what Drake is trying to pull off right now, and where do you think his career is going to go next as he is still trying to save his image? I can't wait to hear what he has to say, and if you want to see how Eminem just picked a side in the Kendrick and Drake beef as well, check out the suggested video.
I'm gonna tune into that on a different day. Tune into that on a different day. Right now, all I gotta say right now is, you know what I'm saying, Drake, let me tell you something. In order to have your name obtain the weight that it once had, your comeback gonna have to be stupid hard, boy. You gonna have to come back with a crazy comeback. But man, listen, this is the end of the video. Make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, most importantly, make sure y'all subscribe and hit that post notification bell, set it to all. All social media links will be in the description. The link to the previous reaction video will also be there as well. Follow me on all my social medias and click the link to the previous reaction video and watch that whole video after you watch this whole video, man. With the whole shine on my thing, man, I'ma still put the promo code, the link and everything in the description. I'm trying to see what's going on with that on the back end. I'm in contact with those people. I don't know if the website is up or if they're stocked up or not at the moment. But before y'all start, if y'all make it to this part of the video where y'all decide, hey, I want to try to go buy some of that stuff, like, give it a rest with the promo code right now, because I'm trying to see if everything is good with them on the back end, bro. So give me some time on that. But with all that being said, man, I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all for showing me love back. And we out this thing, man, for real.